Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to our third episode of our Transport Fever 2 series, where we are building a huge transportation company in the whole of Australia. Last episode, I risked it all, boys. I invested so much cash into creating a train line, which brings our kind of crude oil from our oil wells over here in Kudadara. I still can't pronounce these place names. All the way down to our oil refineries. And I took a big risk because not only did it cost me well over $1 million to build the train line in its entirety, which is quite small in the grand scheme of things, but it also cost me over, well, when you can kind of think about it, over 1.5 million for the train itself. I risked it all, and did it pay off, boys? Of course it did. It is the most profitable line right now. The train is about to come back down right now for another journey. And look at how much glorious money it makes once it gets here. I've currently got nearly 1.5 million in the bank right now. And once this train comes all the way back, we get a huge load of money coming in. Which, what we did with that money was pretty interesting. We actually upgraded our vehicle routes to expanding them. By placing new vehicles on with higher capacity. Look at that, nearly 700,000. That worked out really, really well. We do have a few little problems that we are going to be facing shortly, but as of right now, things are going swimmingly, boys. They are going swimmingly. Now, with the amount of vehicles that we got on, we are eating into the kind of resources on the platform, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that we don't eat too many, but I think we should be alright. We have a little bit of an issue over in Perth right now, as both sides of this road is now backlogging into this single lane. I'm going to have to invest in either building a bridge or reclaiming some land here, because right now my vehicle is stuck, stuck in traffic, but we could have worse problems, boys. We could have worse problems, like the fact that we're not making any money. Over here right now, near kind of Portland right now, I'd say Melbourne. Melbourne, I still can't get it right. Which is all going pretty well. Now, I can't complain right now. We're making exuberant amounts of cash. If I don't spend any money, we're making exuberant amounts of profit. And I want to take it to the next level. So this is what I'm going to do today. We are going to extend this train line by building a second load of tracks going back up, so we can get at least a minimum of 2 trains on it going back and forth. That will make me so much money. And then we're going to have to start thinking about if we do have enough cash to extend down to here, so we got a little bit more of a back and forth on the go, so we can have higher capacity trains. Now that's what I want to get set up this episode as well, but I also want to start thinking about other alternative lines and routes. Perth needs kind of machines, food and goods. I did scout around. There is a machine plant up here which requires planks and steel. I can make the planks there. I can make the steel there. The wood is there for the planks. The ore and the coal is here for the steel. I can then make machines, bring them to Perth. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm taking Perth under my wing. This is becoming the first city that I'm going to grow. So the goal eventually would be to grow a city on this side, which is going to be Perth, and try and grow a city over on this side, which I probably might eventually pick Melbourne, and eventually then use those 2 cities and create a big cross-country route that will ship so many goods and hopefully make us so much cash money moolah. Now, if you are enjoying this series, I want to see more, make sure you smash that like button down below. Guys, subscribe right now. Don't rely on the recommended tab to notify you, because it could be a week until you get notified. Subscribe so you get pinged once I upload the next episode. So, we're going to let this still do what it's going to do, because I've got so many vehicles on these routes right now. I still need them to do a few circulations to kind of find out if I've got too many vehicles, not enough. I do need to kind of flatten the road so it's a bit more smooth, but we'll get onto that at a later date. I want to look at this. This is going to be beautiful. Now, we seem to have so much oil, or crude oil, at the platform, and the first thing that I need to do now then is to bulk it up so we've got 2 kind of train lines, so we can have a back and forth with signals. It should be pretty sweet. It should be pretty sweet. So I've got the option. I can either extend this to have 2, or I can just utilize the 1, which is probably makes the most amount of sense, but we are eventually going to be running into here with 2 anyway. So what we'll do, we'll kind of come off this and we'll do our old Chrissy Crossy system. Now, if I go all the way... Right, and this is going to be crazy right now of how much this is going to cost. Oh, he wants to build bridges. Don't build bridges. Don't build bridges. Okay, we'll build there and then continue. Right, we'll do it in stages, boys. We'll do it in stages. So this is actually going to be quite expensive in general anyway. Just kind of running a second line with all of this right now. And I'm going to bring this all the way up. Now, obviously, the obvious thing to do then will be to kind of cut it in. But there is also a way in which, and I believe, I can't remember who suggested this, but to try on my lines, utilize kind of multiple... Too much of a slope? What do you mean too much of a slope? Oh, don't do this with me. Oh my goodness me! What's going on here? How did that... Oh, hang on, I've got to pause because now I'm now ruining things. How did that do that? I will never know. That is hilarious. In many ways. That is hilarious. There's me going, wait, why is there a, wait, the slope's not that bad, is it? And then I zoom in and it's like a cliff. Right, I was trying to make a point there, wasn't I? I was trying to do a point. Let me go quite large with the Chrissy Crossies here. Right, keep it simple. Because obviously if it comes in, it can utilize both sides. This is what I was kind of thinking right now. Apparently, I can make the line utilize both sides. Is that a thing? Is that right? In Brune, is this it? 102. So it will utilize both as we go along. And I think that's something I should have done with my vehicle routes, because I didn't kind of do that before. So it just kind of makes sense to kind of utilize both at the minute. Because if I have two trains coming in, if one comes in and one's right behind, it hasn't got to wait for that to unload. It can come straight in and use a different platform. Now, by that logic, you could apply the same thing to this, which is what I'm going to do. So place you all in. It will also spread the goods out as well. There we go. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So, ooh, connect you into there. Now, proof will be in the pudding whether this is going to be a good idea or not. We'll make these a little bit longer. Bend you right in. And then back on that line, if I do the same thing to this, be able to utilize both sides, it will just come in and use them as it needs to. So by that logic then, if I press play, do we see them load the goods up on this one side? I don't know if it kind of works like that. Or does it go onto this side and it can still load up? I'm still not 100% sure. If I'm completely honest with you, I'm not 100% sure. Now, this is Australia. They drive the same as the UK. And that is on the left-hand side of the road. So I'm going to make the trains do that. I don't know if it's universal in real life. But I will make the trains do that. Drive on the left side of the road. So you go there. If I just put you here for now. Just so I've got the basics kind of down before I do all the middle ones. So that should then sort out our lines. And then we should be all okay. I don't know if they can pick up on the opposite side. You know what I mean? I don't know if they can come in and pick up on this one side. I don't know if it works like that. If I'm completely honest with you, I don't know if it works like that. But this will be an experiment for me as well. So let's implement them. Some of these signals. So we go this way. We go that way. Oh, hello. Get some SIGs in, boys. This way, that way, and I'll do one more just here. Now, eventually, I'm hoping to have them to be high speed, so we won't need as many signals in such a short distance. But that simply allows me then to actually build a second train, or buy a second train for this route. Right, how much have I spent right now? I feel like I've spent a fortune. I have. Yeah. Nearly 750,000. Nearly $750,000. Now, the current train on that line has... let's have a look. I can actually just duplicate it. So if I duplicate it, can I afford it? I can. Wow. Right, this is interesting. So now I have 2 trains on this line. Now I have 2 trains. This is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. And we'll see if we get on. So... I probably won't build a 3rd train. I'll probably maybe just upgrade the capacity. But then again, I think I could have a 3rd train and it not ruin how much it kind of picks up. Wow, that just picked up 50 straight away. Oh, you are speedy. You are speedy, boys. So that should be coming down right now on the other side of the road, which it is, or train tracks. So I now have 2, which is now going to double the revenue in which I make from this line. Once we start to kind of collect more than what these oil wells produce on this station is when we'll then start setting up the line running down to there to pick it up, because it'll give it a little bit of break to put more on the platform. So that's always our little bit of a saving grace. And then when we do that, that's when we'll run a line to drop off the fuel. Oh, this is good. This is real good. Right, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So we'll just give that time. We'll just give that time right now to circulate and earn us a little bit extra revenue. In the meantime, we're going to take a look at all of this and see what we can do right now to improve it, especially with the kind of the landscaping issues that we've currently got on the go. So we should be able to now afford to do this. If I deleted all this road, now I know this is a bit of a pain. Oh, there's vehicles there. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This is the pain of all of this in general. Right. Can I not do anything because now the vehicles? Oh no, it pushes them back. I forget about that, don't I? I forget about that. It pushes them back. So if I went for a nice gradient there and I set it to terraform it and confirm, that was a lot of money. Let's not beat around the bush. That was a lot of money. But what speed can they reach going up? They can maintain 11 miles an hour. This looks ridiculous and I will delete it. I didn't want to build a tunnel. So now they're getting to about 9. But it's a lot quicker than what they was originally doing. Now what I could do is pause. Just to there. And then make the gradient a bit longer in that kind of regards. So that 9 miles an hour that they originally was going then up the hill now turns into a 10. Now you might be thinking, all that money just for an extra mile an hour? Well, multiply that by... Oh, it's back to 11 now. Multiply that by 20 vehicles going back and forth. That extra 1 is a huge difference, but it's still a lot more. 9 and 10 is still a lot more than what they were originally doing going up here. So that will speed up the process there. This is my next issue as well. So if I just delete you to here, and then... Have I got enough money to do this? I'm hoping so. So I don't want tunnels. That becomes more flat or more of a gradient approach. So they can maintain their speed. And are you okay going up this little bump? Yeah, that's completely fine. I think that was the only issues I was going to have. I think those are the only issues I was going to have. Now, I would like to terraform it so it doesn't look so ridiculous. But I'll just terraform there because it is expensive. And I'll come back to this in the future when I've got more money to burn. Right, believe it or not, that does make a huge difference. We can now drop off stuff a lot quicker. This might get a little bit busier, but like I said, it's going to make a huge difference. Now, my next issue is I got to take a look at sorting this out. Now, the problem is this is going to be very expensive because I'm not only going to have to reclaim some land, I'm going to have to delete some buildings. So this could cost me, I'm expecting to spend at least $1 million to do that. But what it does in the long run, it stops my vehicles getting caught up in this traffic and hopefully reduces the traffic in many ways. But I'll have to wait for the trains to drop off multiple times. That's what I'll have to do, is wait for the trains to drop off multiple times. So I've got that money. Right, we'll come back to it. How are we getting on over here then? So I'm noticing there's less food on this platform right now. Should we be worried with the amount of food? Oh, yes, we should be worried. Because although we are dropping off, we're not producing enough food that we are taking away. Which is a slight worry. The Portland grain is an issue. Right, cargo. Build, build, build. And let me just quickly change the Portland food. So this is lower Portland to the other side. So you can see the differences between the two lines. And then we'll see which one's getting more food over the other one. Could be a bit of an issue in reality. Yeah, we could have a little bit of an issue there, to be honest with you. We could slightly have a little bit of an issue. But it's the fact that we've just got too many vehicles. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that we can eventually start getting some higher capacity ones. But we'll get onto that a little bit later. Let's just sort this issue out now then. So I'm going to pause. And what I'll do first is I'll reclaim a little bit of land here. So I'm hoping that's all that's required. If I delete... See what I mean by it's going to be so expensive? Right, if I deleted you, that's 800,000 just to delete that bit. So if I just back into play mode. Oh, okay. I've just spent money to delete that. Oh, good God. Okay. Can we go straight? It's going to be a bit funky. Well, if I angle it like this, delete you. Right, I know it doesn't look great, and I'm hoping... Oh, I forgot, I kept player ownership on it, didn't I? I know it's not great, but it gives them an alternative route right now, and all of a sudden the vehicle traffic will flow. The road will get upgraded itself naturally anyway. And we should see a lot more movement as we can now funnel the vehicles through, and it no longer bottlenecks. Bit of a pain, but hopefully that works out in the long run. Hopefully that works out in the long run. Right. We can stop wasting money right now, and I think we can go ahead and now focus on building some new lines. So... I think what we should do then is start with the wood. Bringing the wood up to here will be a huge, huge thing for us. And eventually we'll have to take it all the way up to there as well. Now, trains would be a good option, but we're going to keep it quite simple and quite cheap to begin with. So we need to see how many... This is a hill, by the way, as well. We need to see how many of these we can actually physically connect. So if I don't keep any of the ownership... And if I just run this up, and if I run that up to there, and if I just kind of make these little shortcuts to here and to here, I just want to see where I can place this stuff in to make it all connect. If I can get all three of these to actually kind of work together, then that's perfect for me. So, no tram tracks, length, right. Yes, all three do connect on it, which is perfect. Now, question is, where do I pull it? Can I pull it a little bit further up on the hill? Oh, that still actually works. Okay. Streetwise, if I just bring this a little bit more out, because we're coming more to a plateau at the top now, aren't we? So I can go to basically to there. That picks up all three. Now, I know what you're thinking, these roads look a little bit funky, but it's just so I can get them connected to the three. So I've got three to pick from, and then just have a road that bends round and down. It's just a really, really simple run, that. Nothing too crazy. So go straight. Is there a snap? Yes, there is a snap. Alright, bring that to about there. So the gradient should stay the same, so we should relatively get to the same speed. Bring this out, and then we should eventually find a little bend to kind of bring these together. So that is as simple as you can get it, boys. That is as simple as you're going to get that little line going back and forth. Yeah. Right, so we'll drop off in this area then. So we'll do the same in this one, where we can have multiple platforms, because eventually we'll be picking up the kind of the planks of wood eventually. So drop you in there. Very good, very good, very good. We'll create a new line. So new line, picking up from there to there. Now the Albany Exchange, it would be a good idea to maybe utilize both, right? To pick up from, if it allows us to do that. I still don't fully understand that, to be honest with you. We do need another vehicle depot, and there's one all the way up there which I can use, but I might just build one locally. Just kind of help us out. Because we kind of... Not saying I got money to burn, but I don't know if you noticed, boys, I got money to burn. Oh, he's getting a little bit sure of himself now, isn't he, boys? He's getting a little bit sure of himself now. Right, so buy vehicles then, cargo-wise, and we need to carry wood. Now, these are perfect for carrying wood. There's no difference, apart from the fact that this one has 5.4 horsepower versus this at 2.7. All of these are 2.7, right? Yeah, apart from this one. Now, is any different? There is no difference. It just has more power, which I find really weird. So if I get... I'm going to go for 8 to begin with. On line 1. So I'd like to know how that works in terms of picking up then. I know I've got it set to using both sides. Is it more for unloading? Would you guys say that the ability to use multiple platforms is only good for unloading? Obviously not loading. I'm not too sure how that would work. I'm going to assume it's for unloading, right? Because they're only going to pick up from this one side of the platform if there's goods on it. But anyway, we'll see how well these now do. So they've got like nearly double the horsepower. No, they've got more than double the horsepower, I think. So they should hopefully stay at a constant 12 miles an hour, 11. Oh no, it is slowing down. Oh, there's a slight hill there. Right, pause. I think that's because I did the bend differently. Well, I'm spreading it out over I've actually just boosted that up the road further. I'm spreading it out on a gradient. That's 7. Do you know what? I don't like that. I'm going to go a lot bigger. Why can't I drag? Because then it keeps the grade. You can see the gradient change now. That's exactly what I want it to do. That's exactly what I want it to do, is keep that gradient on the go. So, alright, that should work out. That should work out, boys. So, I'll wait for... Well, I'm keeping an eye on that. Actually, that's going to go in now, so we'll find out how much it actually earns. 10 grand. Okay, we'll keep... That's perfect, 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 perfect. This should now keep the speed, right? 12 miles an hour? Yes. Okay. Simple. Simple. Let's rename this line. So this is our perf wood is what we'll call it, and we'll change it to like a brown colour for the colour of wood. Easy enough, right, boys? Easy enough. So that will do us justice. There's room there to get even more vehicles on that route. So that'll start feeding this, and eventually we can then start transporting it all the way up. But I've got to figure out a way to kind of go about doing that. Until then, we want to deliver the ore and the coal to the steel mill. Right. Thinking about it as well. There's also a machines plant over here, but obviously the wood's closer to up there. So I could bring, I mean, to be honest with you, I could have brought the wood down to here pick these both up to go up to there and then bring it all the way back. But that's where trains get involved, okay? When it starts to get complicated like that, that's when you got to start thinking to yourself, okay, maybe we need to start thinking about trains. Right, that's a simple system that we've got on the go. And then we want to do something very, very similar to this. Question, could I maybe combine all of these as one? Now, we've only got 2 ore, 3 coal. So let's exclude this one. If I can get these 2 and these 2 connected to a hub here, and then have 2 lines. Oh, that would be really good, wouldn't it? That would be really good. I might be asking a lot there, but we'll try. Right, get you to there. You to there. And what we'll do is we'll connect you in like that. Okay, they're now connected. This is it. This is the make or break. So if I can do something like this. Wow, that's got to be connected awfully close, hasn't it? I mean, it's not a problem if I can't do it like that. It's not the end of the world. But it would have been cool, wouldn't it? It would have been cool. I wonder if I can shorten the distance of the road. If that makes much of a difference. It does that I can connect here, but I can't combine all of them. Right, that's fine. We tried, it didn't work out. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. If I had trains, I could do it, because I could make the platforms really, really big. But let's try and make these as kind of close as we can. So that's there. And I reckon this will be an equal distance about, what do you reckon, there? There? Because that's got to go in a little bit of a bend and turn in. I'm going to say that's not far off being equal distances. Now this, we'll face it directly on it. And then streetwise, bring this all the way down. I mean, I could shorten that distance. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm doing a lot of dirt roads. You know what I mean? But the speed limit of that is 25 miles an hour. I don't have a single vehicle, road vehicle, that can go above 12. So, at the moment, those little dirt roads, perfectly fine. So, new line, there to there. New line, there to there. Which should be on the opposite side. It's not. It is now. So line 1 is coal, isn't it? So make it black. Line 2 will be orange for the ore. And what are they near? What town are they near? Esperance? Is that how you pronounce it? Esperance? Maybe, yeah, I'm assuming it is. Esperance. Coal? Esperance ore. I did spell it right, didn't I? Oh, it's Esperance. No, I did spell it Esperance. No, I got it right. Oh, what a fool. What a fool. Now, I'm going to build another road depot, right? Just flexing that I've got the cash right now. Just flexing. Look at him. Buying road depots like he's got unlimited money. And what can carry that good then? So it's going to be one of these. That's all cargo. That works out really well with both. So I reckon we buy... How far is it again? Right, we're going to buy 12. Esperance coal. And I'll buy another 12. Esperance ore. That's a lot of vehicles as well. Now, there's a lot of vehicles. But it should be alright. It should be alright when they're all nicely spaced out. So this is gearing us quite nicely up right now to producing steel and the planks. To then produce machines to bring to Perth to grow Perth. This is looking good already. Now Perth's going to be quite difficult to grow because of the huge mountain area. It is just going to be awkward in general anyway. But it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. We just got to grow. What is the biggest city in the game so far? So town. No, I don't know. How do I view it? I was on it the first time round, wasn't I? It is. It is Perth. That's probably because I am delivering food to it. Then it's Melbourne. Then it's Sydney and then Brisbane. Okay, interesting. Ooh, Portland's had 120% growth. I wonder why. There's got to be something in that food that we're delivering. Growth hormones. Right, anyway. These trains in this line, if I manage them, and then we go to edit them, is there room in me now being able to replace first the engines on them? Because if I can increase the engine that is currently on them, we've currently got the Borsig on. 122 horsepower, 25 tractive power. Now these... Oh, okay. The BR53 is the big one. If I can replace both of these to have that, it means I can then add extra wagons on. So if I was to then add cargo-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to cost me 2.6 million, which I've got. It increases our capacity on both trains by 50%. It's like having a third train of what we just had, with a more powerful engine. Now these can only go to 31 miles an hour at their top speed. Our Borsig can only do 28. This can do 31. So 3 extra miles an hour is top speed. Means, you know, we get delivered there a lot quicker. So that'll be quite interesting right now to see what happens. That's tooting along right now. So's this. So I think we'll be okay with the speed wise. It's investing a lot of money, but it's gonna pay off hugely. It's hugely gonna pay off right now. So, oh, it's always the way, isn't it? As I buy, ooh, as you buy a new engine appears. We've got a new vehicle. Right, again, hold on. Right, we'll move on to that in just a moment. If I just look at my current lines that I've got set up, obviously my oil route is making the most money. Obviously. But you can now see that my wood route has jumped up and it's making more than the per food. Again, understandable. I've only got 4 vehicles on that. My Esperance, coal and ore are only now just slowly kicking in. So all of my lines are making profit. They're all making profit, which is really good to see. So if I start... Actually, you know what? No, let's start... Hang on, how's the traffic, by the way? So we still have traffic, but it's minimal now. It is a lot more minimal. But, right, per food. Manage vehicles. Was it a cargo vehicle, though? If I was to replace them... It was a cargo vehicle. It's our first non-horse-bound vehicle. It's a diesel vehicle. It only carries 5, which is still the same amount of cargo, but it's got a top speed of 19. Sorry, no, horsepower 19, top speed 16. It is not... It's only like just over $1,000 more to run a year. But it's faster. Replace. I'm going to replace those and actually kind of then duplicate 2 more. I can now start replacing my horse and carts with actual cars. This is also a very expensive thing to do. So, no longer we need to worry too much about the gradients now. Because we've got the power for them to drive up and down it. But the speed difference changes everything. Now this Perth grain run There's 30 vehicles on this. It's cost me 800,000 to replace them all. Now, I might regret that solely because of how quick that they can now drive. And I only say I might regret it is because I'm not sure if we can quite keep up with it. Do you reckon if I connect this up, it can also get this up and running? Okay, we just got a third farm connected, which will help us out with obviously. Oh no! Sorry, no. Sorry, I thought that was a third farm. It's actually a food processing plant. Do apologise. Right, now that we're replacing all the vehicle runs, that's a passenger vehicle there. Let me select both of these. Oh, let me go manage vehicles. Esperance. 24 vehicles replace with you. Oh, it's only... Oh, it's because these are newer. That's what it is. I was wondering why the price is so different. It's because these are newer vehicles. Right, that will make them a lot faster right now. It doesn't change the capacity at all. It just makes them a lot faster. Right, over here right now is also another one that is kind of a bit crazy. So both those lines, it is Portland. Let me go over here. Portland. There's nothing else selected there. Portland food and Portland grain. And we'll see how we get on with those. I am a little concerned that these are going back empty. I'm a little bit concerned about that. It's because they're favouring the food route over this one, and I don't know why. I'm not too sure about that. But as of right now, though, we've now got rid of all of our horse and carts. We've now actually got diesel-powered vehicles, which is amazing. We're now, well, we can actually technically produce wood, and we can produce steel. Now, to bring this up to our machines factory is going to be quite the challenge. Because the question is, how do you run this up? Personally, I feel like it needs to kind of run up this road. But the way I've got this now situated means it would have been nice if it kind of run through and then slightly diagonal up to the machine place. That would have worked out fairly well. But that is a distance for vehicles to travel this way. This is probably where you then need to start thinking about, okay, maybe small little commuter trains will be a good idea. Or do we just stick to the vehicles for now and not push the boat too much? It's an interesting one, isn't it? Ultimately, it is an interesting one. It's very interesting. Right, in terms of money, we're making so much cash. We really are. We really are making so much cash right now. To the point where, how is this doing over here still? I can either upgrade the trains to carry more capacity, or I can implement a third train on the run. A third train, boys. Because when I eventually extend it down to here, we're still going to need more trains on the route anyway. So, a third train into the mix. This will be interesting. But that means even more money being made over there. So while that does that then, why don't we start thinking about sorting this out? So for me to adjust this, I am technically going to have to move this to the right, or at least rotate it. So if I delete, alright, bear with me, and I am then going to, well, first go straight-ish. Is it a grade? No, it's not really much of a gradient. Right, and then I'm going to diagonally run you to there, and no tunnel, which is an absolute fortune, so I won't do it just yet. Truck station. Rotate this there. Does that now put my connection back on? It does. Portland grain. So what's this classed as? This is classed as what? No, this is not. Sorry, perf grain. Geraldine exchange. Swap it both sides. So you don't miss out on anything there. You just lose all the product that was once there. Now we've got to wait for him to kind of crawl it all back, which is kind of annoying. That is kind of annoying. But it will eventually crawl it all back. Yeah, it will eventually all grow. So, very expensive what I'm trying to do here. So that to there, I don't really want a tunnel. But in doing so, it adds a little bit extra payment on top. Which I'll suck up the price of it. I'll suck it up. And then get a glorious little bend now in. Now, I don't have to be honest with you, I don't need to worry about gradients now, to be honest with you. Because my vehicles are going to be so speedy. They really are. So if I then connect this to that junction there. If I then drop in vehicle-wise this. We can then create a line that picks up the wood and then drops it off, utilizing this road system. Granted, the steel is so long, but you could kind of compensate for that for adding more vehicles on the line to increase the frequency. But because it's such a distance, it would make a lot of money. It really would make a lot of money. Right, this is not looking good. I might have to reduce this slightly. So, I would need to kind of connect this road into there. Is what I'll now have to do. So if I did something like this. Like I said, the gradient shouldn't affect us too much. It shouldn't affect us too much. I am running a vehicle from there all the way up to there. That will be the first one that we do. So new line. And this will be delivering wood as well. So we'll do a darker. No, actually the plank color is lighter, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of is that color, but going off the wood color, we'll go this color. Yeah. Now that is a long run. Don't get me wrong, it is a long run. It does use a different platform. And I'll call this. I will call it our perf plank. Is what we'll call it. Very good, very good, very good. And I will set up a line to go from over here to here. And it'll be delivering steel, so I'll make it silver. And we'll call it our Esperance Steel. But it is a long journey. Don't get me wrong, it's a long journey. And eventually it will be nice to replace it all with trains. It will be nice to replace it all with trains, which it's something that we will eventually do. We will eventually replace this whole system with trains. It's just money at the end of the day, isn't it? It is just money. And we got to figure out a system, because eventually I want cross-country trains coming in. So we got to figure out how we do the main depot and how we then branch off that main depot with a bunch of lines. So we've got the line set up, Esperance Steel and Perf Plank. So I just need to buy the vehicles for them. We just need to buy the vehicles for them. But I'm a little bit more, I'm more concerned about this. Now, do I just make it pick up from the one side? I think that's the most logical thing to do, right? So Perth Grain. So Albany North. Kill off. Kill off. So it's now only one, just so all the goods are on the one platform. Makes a little bit more sense for us. And then what side are they on over here? So Albany North will change this to the other side, so it's not sharing the same one over there. It could share it. I mean, to be honest with you, I could also set it up where it unloads on both if needs be. Yeah. Yeah, it makes life a little bit easier for me. And let's buy the vehicles then. So we'll buy them from over here for the plank run. So cargo-wise, we'll go for the diesel ones. It is some distance, so I might go for 10. On Perth plank. Now this run in general anyway, it only has 8 on board itself. So if I duplicate another 4, that will give us 12. It's only a short distance, so you don't want too many on there. That's a lot of vehicles right now. I own so many vehicles in the game. Yo. Okay, that's great. Now, we do have them dropping off on both sides here. So, manage the line and in Esperance North, get him to utilise both sides maybe. But also get him to drop off on platform 2. Like as a default. And then Esperance North, it's platform 1. I think that will work. I think it will work. Right, so now I've got to buy vehicles to go from here all the way up to there, which is a distance and a half. Let's not beat around the bush. So the logical thing would be to buy many vehicles to counterbalance the distance in which they've got to travel. Until we can get set up something like, you know, trains, okay? That's what it is. Now, are you a wood vehicle? No. You're not a wood vehicle either. Where is my first wood vehicle? It's got to be one of these, right? I can't click it. What's going on? No. Oh, there we go. First wood vehicle. So, we're going to watch this one. This will be our first vehicle heading up right now with a full load. For us to ultimately see how much we actually make just from the plank line. Now, how many vehicles have we got on this line, by the way? We have 10. So we've got double the amount of vehicles on the steel route. But you could argue it's double the distance it has to travel. Kind of. So we'll keep an eye on this. It's on the way down. Where is it? Here we go. Look at it. Your boy in a little top hat right now. The smartest delivery driver in all the lands. Good day, mate. Good day. As they say. As they say. The roads are quiet as well. Again, oh, turning. He's a rally driver. He's a rally driver. And then we'll have to go and pay attention to the steel. The first steel vehicle. So, watch out for the bear. Oh no, the bear's coming! Yo. Bear's crazy. Right, let's see how much this is going to make. It's a long distance to travel for a vehicle, but let's see how much it makes. 29,000, that's not bad. That is not bad. Now, eventually, we could make this wood route be the route that brings back the machines. Because it could take a little detour going down here, drop off the machines, and then go back up, and then go collect up the planks. So, we technically won't need to create another line on that, if we kind of plan it out just right. It only requires one plank to one machine, one steel to one machine. Obviously, you need one of each. But it's a one-to-one system. Now, here's our first steel vehicle on the way. This is quite a busy road over here now, isn't it? It really is. It is quite a busy road. That's 2 to 1 on that. But once those steel vehicles are all gone, there'll be plenty of space. There will be plenty of space. Once they're all nicely spread out anyway. Yeah, where's my first steel vehicle then? Is it you? Are you my first one? Or are you my first one? We'll soon find out. We will soon find out. There's no product, I mean, I might say there's no product here we can kind of bring back. I mean, to make that steel run, make money going back, we could also make them pick up some ore or some coal to bring back with them as well. There is ways in which you can make it a lot more efficient so it makes money both ways. But until then, we kind of have to slightly wait. Right, I've got over 10 million. You can't argue that we're not making money because we are. We are right now. We are making some serious cash. Our path plank route is doing pretty good. This is delivering the planks up to here. So it's already beaten the Esperance, coal and ore routes. Esperance still yet to make any money. Understandable. I think the Esperance, coal and ore are not making money because of the huge backlog in queues that they were just seeing here. Once I get larger capacity vehicles, you can then technically have less vehicles on the route. But the other one was making what, like 20 something thousand? Was it 29,000 was it? Or was it 26? One of them. But this vehicle is now on the way up. And we're going to see for the first time ever how much this steel route actually makes. It's a long run, don't get me wrong. It's a long drive. You can you can cut it all out by doing a highway road coming straight in. But let's see how much it actually makes dropping off for the first time. It makes 42,000. That's decent. That's decent. So once it's all spread out a little bit more, you'll see the benefits of it. You really will. But it's a long distance to drive for vehicles. This is why we need trains. We desperately need trains. But the way that we're now earning the money means that eventually we can buy more trains. I reckon this route could benefit from a 4th train. There we go. There we go. We'll be making money all the time. This route is now not far off, extending down to here. And then not far off, just kind of taking it to, like, making fuel. I'm not actually sure if I'm making fuel or if I'm making plastic. I'm not 100% yet. I'm not 100% which way we're going to be taking that. There's also a fuel place down here, which makes it go even further. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be doing with that. I mean, goods also require plastic and steel. We could actually make plastic. But where's the nearest plastic place over here? Oh, all the way up there is one. There's one just there. We could make it work. We could make it work. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. But money, I think we're okay for some time. We just had our previous year was a record-breaking income, 6.5 million in sole income. That's real good. And the sooner we can get train lines set up, the better. The better. So the perf plank is now not making any money only because it's in between the vehicles actually getting over here. But there is plank vehicles making their way down that way anyway. So much, in fact, we got a little bit of a backlog over here. Couple of planks, couple of steels. But is there a lot of steel that they're now going back to? Yeah, there's enough there. There's enough there for the vehicles to kind of get back and start picking up. Oh, look at that. We're actually a deficit on the ore compared to the coal. I'll take it as a bunch of ore vehicles about to pull in. Yeah, there's a bunch of ore vehicles now about to pull in. Interesting. Just look at all the little white dots right now for vehicles. It's just so many. There is just so many right now. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But it's good for us. It really, really is good for us right now. We've got so much work we can now get done. This will pay for many, 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 many more expansions. I haven't really done much over on this side yet. I think we've got too much capacity for what is being created. So we're going to have to think about alternative routes and where we can make money. I might push one of these to go pick up from there as well to bring more food over. But we just need more food. Oh, actually, we got a lot in storage. So you could argue we need to deliver more as well. But yeah, we got to start figuring out where we're going to be going, what cities we're going to be growing, and how we're going to start creating passenger routes. Lot we've got to decipher. There is a lot. We might have to start creating central hubs that we distribute from. It's going to be very, 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 very interesting. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.